Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. We got Bitcoin smashing the charts and breaking records with this ETF launch yesterday, so I want to get into that with you in this video. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, so we got Bitcoin hitting the stock market yesterday. Just a groundbreaking day for crypto in general. Huge day for Bitcoin. I'll take a look at a couple articles here with you guys in just a second. We're up to 1.86 trillion in market cap, so we're slightly up from yesterday. A lot of the alts are moving up. Ethereum, it's hit a little over $2,600, and just a lot of alts in general just kind of green for the last few days. So that's good news. We didn't get a big crash. We'll have to see what happens in the coming days. This article here, Bitcoin ETF breaks first day volume record, a milestone for the crypto market. Cryptocurrency analyst Pentoshi has highlighted the significance of the record breaking first day trading volume for the Bitcoin ETF, suggesting it marks a pivotal moment for the crypto industry. This development raises questions about the potential for other digital currencies to follow suit with other ETF offerings, indicating a possible expansion of ETFs beyond Bitcoin. The implication of this could diversify investment options and contribute to the maturation of the overall cryptocurrency market. This is something that I've been talking about on my channel for months now, that we're probably going to see other ETFs come into play or into fruition after the Bitcoin ETF gets approved. ETH is already kind of in the works. I know BlackRock's filed for an Ethereum ETF, and I'm assuming there's going to be a bunch of others that'll likely follow. Well, whether they get approved or not by the SEC is another thing. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I think there's going to be a lot of battling in court over a lot of this, but that'll be good in the long term. At least we got the big dog Bitcoin approved, and there's some pushback from that already. So we'll have to see what happens with some of these altcoins, but this will get some clarity and some regulation in place, is going to be my guess, which will help balance out and calm down the crypto markets a little bit, so it's not quite as volatile, but at the same time, volatility is how you get the really big gains in crypto, by buying when there's a huge dump in the market and then selling on the way up and making sure that you're taking your profits out, not waiting for magic dollar amounts that may or may not happen. This article here, Bitcoin ETF trades up to $4.6 billion in groundbreaking day. So they had like $4.6 billion in trading volume on Bitcoin on these ETFs just in the first day alone. And guess what? What's really cool about that is ARK Invest, who's kind of the underdog, did about $2.3 billion of that in the volume. So about half of that was ARK Invest. Over $4.6 billion worth of shares traded between almost a dozen U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs on Thursday. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which converted into an ETF, saw about $2.3 billion in volume, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Meanwhile, BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, saw about $1 billion average in changing hands. So the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust that was converted, that one actually did about half of the overall volume, so that's really good news for them, because BlackRock's typically been the dominator. So really cool to see that Grayscale took a lot of that volume, and just showing the strength with Grayscale Trust. So let's go on to this here. Elizabeth Warren, a lot of you are familiar with her. Of course, she's anti-crypto, posting that the SEC Gov is wrong on the law and wrong on the policy with respects to the Bitcoin ETF decision. If the SEC is going to let crypto burrow even deeper into our financial system, then it's more urgent than ever that crypto follow basic anti-money laundering rules. Well, guess what, Elizabeth Warren? You can launder cash and nobody can trace it. At least with Bitcoin and the other cryptos, most of them are traceable and they're on a public ledger and public blockchain. So she really has no clue and no idea what she's talking about. She's just blowing smoke because she doesn't like crypto. And more than likely, she's trying to protect her banking friends in the banking industry, or whoever else she's trying to protect. And I like these things on X now. It says the American court decided approving Bitcoin ETF is lawful. The DC Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the SEC's rejection of Grayscale's bid to convert its trust into an exchange-traded fund. So basically, they're pointing out that, in fact, what they did was lawful. Elizabeth Warren, you don't know what you're talking about. The courts approved it and said that they had no right to hold this back. So she's in the wrong. She's just anti-crypto. So what's going to happen in the markets from here? It's hard to say. Hopefully we keep going up for a while. I'd like to see some upward momentum, at least up until the halving before we get a big correction, but hard to say what's going to happen with that. Hopefully, unless we get some bad news, there's no real reason to get a big dump on crypto, but you just never know what the whales are going to do and when they're going to start taking their profits and push the momentum down. So, right now, if we look at the altcoin index here, we're not even in the altcoin season technically yet. We're at a 67. 75 is considered altcoin season. So what that basically means is Bitcoin has kind of dominated the market a lot, and even with it pushing up in price here, though, we're still seeing altcoins gaining on this chart here. So once we get above 75, that's considered altcoin season. That's when alts typically really take off, but this chart isn't 100% accurate. I see in here where, the end of 2021, where some of these alts were at their all-time highs, where we're not quite in the alt season yet here as well. So, this is like the overall total alt season. So hopefully we get above 75 and we take off into a big altcoin season and get some more push from our alts in this, this little bull market that we're in right now before we get a correction. I would like to see see some of these altcoins pump a little bit more so I can take out some more profits before we get a big correction. But I haven't taken out any profits on like my ICP and my Mora games and my Miria and stuff like that, just because I'm waiting for higher prices for some of those before I take out profits on them. But some of these have come down in price recently, so some of them are kind of coming into a good buy zone. So if you're looking for coins to pick up, there's a lot of gaming coins right now that are on sale, and maybe a good chance to pick some of those up. But we are starting to get a little bit of green movement in the market, so some of them are starting to take off again. But hopefully some of you guys can get in on those if you weren't able to before. But the best thing to do is to just dollar cost average and buy when we get dips in the market, and then add a little more to your bag and try to get your average down. But great day for Bitcoin on the stock market. Hopefully this continues. If we get some real volatility on Bitcoin like we're usually going to get, with the 20 to 30 to 40% corrections on Bitcoin, sometimes that happens. And if that happens, Wall Street's probably not going to be used to that kind of crazy movement like we are in crypto. Crypto is like the Wild West right now, but with some of these coins moving into the stock market, that'll help calm the market down with the crypto markets in general and kind of balance things out a little bit. But right now is to get in while we're still early, because, and I'm not saying to go buy these coins right now, I'm just saying that in crypto in general, because once we get all these ETFs launched eventually and we get regulation in place declaring whether they're securities or commodities, and there's going to be more laws passed saying you can't do this, you can't do that, it's going to kind of calm all this market down a little bit with a lot of the regulation that'll come into play. Right now there's really not much regulation in play for crypto in general, just as far as taxes there is, but not really rules on how you can launch a crypto project, how it has to be licensed and all that. So right now anybody can really start a crypto project and launch it, and it may get declared a security if you do that, and depending on how you launch it. But right now there's no true regulation in place that specifically covers crypto. So I think we'll see that in the future, and that'll be good for crypto eventually, but it is going to calm down the market, so there won't be as much potential to get big gains out of crypto if that happens. But that's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. I'll try to do some more coin videos here, just trying to decide which videos, which projects I want to do videos on for you guys. I don't want to just jump into one just because I want to make a video. I want to cover something that's worth covering for you. But I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and hit the notification bells for my daily videos. And don't forget to check out my free Telegram group. The link is in the description below. And don't forget to check out my Discord. That is through Patreon. The link is in the description below and the pinned comment. That's only $14.99 a month. I am still doing some $1,000 portfolio giveaways in there. Make sure you check that out. That's pretty much what I got for this video, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.
Tell me what you want, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me what you want, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me.